Hello, ladies and gentlemen, welcome once again to ECC TV. Today's lecture will be from ECC Fast Track Intermediate. Kindly open your book to page 12, Unit 4, Medicine. Class discussion. You will discuss on the following points in the English club. 1. Which in your opinion is more effective? Which in your opinion is more effective? Okay, you feel works more. Okay, pills or medicinal herbs. Pills such as tablets. For example, if you're ill, you can take pills. Pills are usually round. Okay, round in shape. Pills. Or sometimes they're called tablet also. They can be called tablet. Then you have this capsule. Capsule. Okay? So, which in your opinion is more effective? For example, when you're ill and when you take pills, does it work for you? Or only medicinal herbs work? Medicinal herbs are some plants, okay? Some plants that produce medicinal effect. So you can take them as alternative medicine. Alternative medicine. Ladies and gentlemen, in British English, you say medicine. In American English, medicine. Okay? Medicine in American English, medicine in British English. Okay? Okay, ladies and gentlemen, which in your opinion, once again, which in your opinion is more effective? Pills or medicinal herbs? The next question, which of the two do you prefer for treatment when you fall ill and why? So when you fall ill, which of the two do you prefer? Pills, okay? Or do you prefer medicinal herbs? Why? The next, do you believe that witch doctors and spiritualists have the powers to cure patients? What makes you think so? Ladies and gentlemen, in some countries or in some villages, for example, there are people who claim that they can cure illnesses or ailments. Some of them claim that they can see what other people cannot see. They are called spiritualists. Okay? Some claim, for example, that they have magic powers. Okay? So they can invoke those powers to treat you, to cure you. Some people go to them for treatment. Do you believe in such people? Or you prefer to go to a hospital when you are ill? So, the question again, do you believe that witch doctors and spiritualists have the powers to cure patients, to treat patients? What makes you think so? The next, have you ever been to a witch doctor or spiritualist? Have you ever been to a witch doctor or spiritualist? For example, ladies and gentlemen, so people, when they are ill, they can say, no, this sickness is from evil eye. Evil eye. For example, maybe the gentleman wore a beautiful or a nice looking shirt, and the lady maybe Her makeup was just perfect. Then after the party, for example, they went to a party. After the party, the lady may fall ill. So she will believe it's due to evil eye. And to cure this evil eye, she has to go to a spiritualist. So ladies and gentlemen, have you ever been to a spiritualist or witch doctor? Okay. So let us know. If yes, what happened? We are curious to know what happened. So in what ways has modern medicine saved mankind? So in what ways have modern medicine saved mankind? You know, there is so much improvement in modern medicine. For example, there is now treatment for cancer. So improvement is always ongoing in the medical field. So in what ways have these treatments, okay, helped, okay, to improve our well-being, to improve our health? So in what ways has modern medicine saved mankind? In what ways? Let us know. What are the most significant advances in medical technology? So as I said, the technology improves. Even medical technology is always improving. So in what ways, okay, what are the most significant advances? What are some of the improvements that are noticeable in medical technology? So let us know. What, in your opinion, is the best? Giving birth in maternity hospital. Giving birth in maternity hospital. A maternity hospital, from the word maternity. It has to do with the period during pregnancy and shortly after childbirth. So this period is called maternity or maternity period, or simply maternity. So maternity has to do with the period during pregnancy, when a lady is pregnant, and shortly after childbirth. So that's maternity. So hospitals where ladies go to give birth, such hospitals are called maternity hospitals. For example, in Sudan, we have a very famous maternity hospital, okay, in Omdurman. Some people call it Dayat Hospital. It's a very famous hospital known worldwide, the Omdurman Maternity Hospital. So, which do you prefer, in your opinion, is the best? Which is the best? Giving birth, okay, in maternity hospitals, or giving birth in a midwife's home? A midwife is a woman who helps pregnant women to deliver their babies. Such a woman is called a midwife. Some of them are trained, well trained, okay, are professionals, but some may not be trained. So, which do you prefer? To give birth in a maternity hospital, or to give birth in the home of a midwife? What are your reasons? Do you think that it is advisable to resort to self-medication when one is ill? There are some people, when they are ill, They don't go to the hospital. They can think, for example, I have headache. Okay, I can go to the pharmacy and buy Panadol to take. For example, I feel I'm coughing. So instead of going to the doctor, okay, to seek medical help, they simply go to the pharmacy to buy drugs to take. So that is self-medication. They try to treat themselves because they don't like going to hospitals, okay? So do you think that it is advisable to resort to self-medication when one is ill? Have you ever slept in a hospital? If yes, on what occasion? If you have ever slept in a hospital, tell us what happened. On what occasion? Okay, tell us what happened. Is it true that only the rich have access to excellent medical care? Is it true that only rich people, okay, have access, are able to, okay, when you say that somebody has access to someone, access, it means that you can enter a certain place without being restricted. For example, your house, you have access to your house at any time, and you have access to your father's bedroom. He's your father, you can enter his bedroom at any time. So you have the access to that place. It means the ability to enter that place. But for example, a stranger should not have access to certain rooms in your house. I cannot come to your house and enter your father's room. No, I cannot do this because I don't have access to that place. Also, maybe the door is locked. I cannot go inside. I don't have access to that place, to the house, because the door is locked and I don't have the key to open the door and go in. So I don't have access to that place. Okay? So that is access. So is it true that only rich people have access to good health care, to excellent health care or medical care? What makes you think so? You tell us what makes you think so. If you feel that only the rich have access to excellent health care, tell us what makes you think so. And if you think that this is not true, okay, that this idea is not true, that is not a fact, let us know why you think so, okay? Compare and contrast. Let's look at the two pictures. We have two pictures, picture A and picture B. Find the similarities and differences between pictures A and B. Look at them closely. I think picture A, medicinal herbs. Medicinal herbs. This is picture A. And picture B, you find tablets, capsules, etc. Okay? So look at the two. What are the advantages and disadvantages of both? Picture A. What are the advantages of picture A? And likewise, what are the disadvantages of picture A? So we want to know the advantages and disadvantages of picture A. Also, the advantages and disadvantages of picture B. How effective are both? Tell us how effective they are. Okay, we go over to the next reading. The World Health Organization defines health as a state of complete physical, mental, and social well-being. So this is the definition, okay, of health according to the World Health Organization. That health is a state of complete physical has to do with your body, okay, mental with the state of your mind, mental, okay, and social well-being, being able to interact with others. So these three factors constitute health: a state of complete physical, mental, and social well-being. And not merely the absence of disease. So health is not just the absence merely or only the absence of disease. It means if you don't have any disease, you are healthy. No, this is not the fact. Okay? Or infirmity. Infirmity means any physical or mental weakness. Infirmity. Physical or mental weakness. Physical or mental weakness. Maybe you have mental problems or problems with your hands, all constitute, okay, infirmity. So physical or mental weakness, infirmity. Eating right, you have to eat the right food. Eating right. Exercising, you have to exercise. And sleeping well, also sleeping well, okay? Because when you sleep well, the next day you become focused. Your brain works well. So, eating right, number one, exercising and sleeping well play an equal role, an equivalent part, an equal role in the prevention of infections and diseases. So if you eat well, sleep well, also exercise, you prevent many diseases. You prevent the body from illnesses, okay? You keep your body fit, mentally and physically. However, a good sense of self, you have to have a good sense of yourself. A loving support network, if you can have a network whereby you help one another, okay? A support network. So if you're ill, you can ask for advice, okay? You have a network, a support network. And the potential for continued personal growth is also important in our overall well-being. Potential means the ability of something happening. Potential. Or the possibility of something happening. The possibility of something happening. Or the possibility of someone becoming something in future. For example, you find a child who is very smart, he's very intelligent, okay, and he's very strong. You can say that he has the potential to be a soldier. So there are certain possibilities based on his qualities that he will be something in future, something specific in future. Okay? For example, a soldier, a teacher, a lawyer, for example, is intelligent, he can reason logically. You can say that he has the potential of becoming a good lawyer. But he's not smart, he's not intelligent, he does not have the potential to be a lawyer. That is it, okay? So potential, the possibility of something happening or of someone becoming something in future. Okay, many of us are not in control of the factors that cause us to become ill. So the factors, what are factors? Factors can be, okay, so factor can be circumstances, the situation, facts, or influence that lead to a certain result. You can say that result, okay, that thing occurred. Why? That thing happened because of certain factors. It means there are things that contributed to that thing happening. Without those things, that thing will not happen. Okay? So those things contributed in that result. So they contributed in that thing happening. If those things were not present, that thing would not have happened. So those those are the contributing factors. There are the things that enabled that thing to happen. Okay? So those things are factors that contribute. They could be circumstances, they could be facts, there could be certain influences, but in the end, they lead to the result of that thing. Okay? Or they lead to that thing happening or taking place. Factors. So, many of us are not in control of the factors that cause us to become ill. So we become ill. But are we in control of the factors? No. Because sometimes we can be ill from the water we drink. You see the water look clean, you drink, but maybe it's not clean. Maybe the cup is dirty. Maybe in the cup, there are germs. And germs you cannot see, okay? Because they're, okay, you cannot see them because they are not visible. They could be on the cup, and you see that the cup looks clean. You take the cup, fill in water in the cup, and drink. Then you fall ill. Are you in control of that factor? No. Sometimes you can stand next to a person who has influenza or flu, and you don't know that that gentleman or lady has flu. So you end up having flu because flu is airborne. It is transmitted, okay, or in the air. So you don't control such a factor. This is what the passage is saying, that many of us are not in control of the factors that cause us to become ill. We are not in control. Okay? Whether they are genetic, some could be genetic, something you inherit from your father or your mother, and your father or mother inherited such, okay, genes from their own parents, and their own parents inherited from their own parents, and till, for example, from their parents, you discover that those genes, for example, responsible for you being ill. Your own father must have inherited from his grandfather, and so on. So are you in control? You are not in control. You cannot change your genes. Okay, so you are not in control of such factors. So they are genetic. They can be from your genes, which are inherited, okay, from your ancestors. Okay, and some could be environmental. From the environment, you cannot control your environment, okay, or something else entirely. There could be something else entirely. So there are many avenues, many ways, many avenues. An avenue is like a road with trees on both sides. Avenue. So avenue here means way. Avenues, ways. There are many ways we can take to improving our health. We can take to such ways, okay, to improve our health, which include the use of traditional and modern medicines when we are ill, which includes the use of traditional, okay, and modern medicines when we are ill. However, most people cannot access or afford proper health care. There are some people that cannot afford. Afford means having the means to buy something. If, for example, or to obtain something, it means you can afford it if you have the means. For example, I can say that I can afford a bicycle. I have enough money to buy a bicycle. I can afford a bicycle. I have enough money to buy a bicycle. I cannot afford, for example, an aeroplane. I don't have enough money to buy an aeroplane. It's so expensive, I cannot buy it. I don't have the means to purchase it, okay? So, we go on. However, most people cannot access or afford proper health care, such as healthy sanitation. Healthy sanitation. Sanitation, ladies and gentlemen, has to do with conditions relating to public health. Sanitation. Sanitation. Conditions so sanitation means conditions relating to public health. For example, clean water. Example, clean. Sorry, I have to clean this. Clean water to sewage. Sewage. For example, number 3 can be waste disposal. So such as clean water, you have access to clean water, and also it has to do with sewage. Sewage, for example, the dirty water from homes, from houses, for example, from the toilets, from the bathrooms. So such water or waste material constitute sewage. Sewage, you pronounce it as sewage. Sewage, okay? Then also waste disposal. For example, after eating the remaining food, okay, you have to dispose of it. You can keep it in your dustbin outside, and the government department responsible for waste disposal will come and carry them at the end of the day into their trucks to dispose of such waste. Okay, so all these constitute sanitation. Cleanliness, it has to do with the cleanliness of the environment and the fact that you consume, whatever you consume is clean and safe. And your environment is clean and safe also. Sanitation. And hygiene. Healthy sanitation and hygiene. Hygiene has to do with personal cleanliness. Okay? Personal cleanliness, hygiene, which is necessary to prevent the spread of disease. So all these are necessary to prevent, to stop from occurring, to prevent diseases, to stop diseases from occurring. Moreover, a large proportion of the global population, proportion, ladies and gentlemen, proportion means a part of something. We have this. Maybe this is just 1/4. So this is the proportion, just a part of a whole. This is just a proportion, or you can, in mathematics, you say fraction. So proportion means part of something. For example, in a country, you have so many people, the whole population. So you take just part of the population. That is the proportion. Okay, part of can be, okay, part of the whole. So it's called proportion. So a large proportion of the global population, population means all the people living in one place, maybe in a village, in a city, in, for example, a country. So in this case, global population, it means all the people living in the world. So just a part of the people, just a part of them, a part of the population, a part of the total number of people living in the world. So, moreover, a large population of the global means it has to do with the globe, okay, the world as a whole. Global population is disenfranchised to be disenfranchised means when you are prevented from your rights or privileges, or when you are prevented from voting. For example, in your country, when you're up to 18 years old, you can vote in the election, any election,